All right, we'll see if that works. All right, good afternoon. I'm Hillary. We're going to get started for a vinyasa style yoga practice today. Just a reminder that everything is an invitation, so if there's something that doesn't feel good for you, feel free to take a modification or any other resting pose of your choice. It's perfectly fine to hang out in child's pose if you need to. So we'll go ahead and get started in child's pose today, actually. We're going to focus a little bit more on lengthening and restorative poses today, but we'll still do some flow as well. So bringing the big toes together, dropping the sit bones back towards the heels, either bringing your forehead to the mat or turning a cheek to the side. Arms can be outstretched or you can tuck them back at your side. And we'll start with a couple of cleansing breaths. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. One more time, nice deep breath in. Exhale to sigh it out. And then just begin to deepen the breath, shifting the breath low into the belly. Inhaling and exhaling at a pace that feels good to you. So right now, just taking your attention and really focusing in on the location of the breath. So shifting it low to allow the belly to expand as you breathe in. And as you exhale, gently drawing the navel into the spine. So we'll do that for a few breath cycles just to get grounded, come into the practice today, kind of clear your heads a little bit. And I invite you to just take a brief pause. A moment of gratitude for coming to your mat this afternoon, wherever you are in your day, whatever environment you're in, you chose to take this time to take care of yourself. So as we practice today, do your best to keep your mind focused on the practice. So if it starts to wander, just gently bringing it back to the breathing. We're going to switch up our breathing pattern a little bit today. So I want you to inhale for a count of 4. Try to hold your breath for a count of 7. And then exhale for a count of 8. And if it seems hard to be able to hold it for that long, just speed up your counting. So inhaling for 4. Pausing for 7, exhaling nice and long for 8. So I invite you to do that at a pace that feels available to you today. Inhaling for 4, pausing for 7, exhaling for 8. About 3 more breath cycles here at that pace. And as you breathe in, I want you to think about drawing in a sense of new perspective. I know, right? And as you exhale, I want you to think about letting go. Whatever it is that you feel you need to let go of today, I want you to send that out with the exhale. Maybe 2 more breath cycles at your own pace. And then I invite you to return to a 1-to-1 breath. So inhaling and exhaling the same length and set an intention for your practice today. So something that you'd like to focus on, either an intention or a dedication, something that's meaningful to you. Bring that into your heart center. Breathe deeply into it. And then we'll take one more cleansing breath, inhaling through the nose, Big exhale through the mouth. And then at your own pace, I invite you to come to downward facing dog today. So you're gonna walk your hands up to the top edge of the mat, tuck the toes under, lift the sit bones up and back. And as you come into down dog today, I just want you to explore some movements here. So maybe you walk the feet out. Maybe you alternate dropping a knee into the center, shifting your hips from side to side. Just whatever feels good for you. You might float the heels and melt them down. I want you to start to begin to notice some length into the spine and the back of the legs. Continuing to breathe deeply as you explore some movement in downward facing dog. Eventually walking your feet back in so they're about hips distance apart. Taking a nice deep breath in, float your heels high. On an exhale, sink them low to the mat. On your next inhale, float the left leg up, so three-legged dog. We're going to explore a little bit of movement here. So rotating the ankle or the hip, bending and straightening. Maybe dropping the heel to the opposite buttock if that feels good. Maybe finding a little bit rotation in the spine. So turning and looking to the left wall. On your next inhale, reach that left leg all the way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, we're gonna slide it forward and come to pigeon pose. So in pigeon, you're gonna work towards that lower leg being parallel to the top edge of your mat. So this is a hip opener. You can kind of shimmy that back leg back. And if this is not available to you, if you have hip or knee issues, you can do something similar on your back. You're just gonna move into a figure 4 stretch and draw the legs into your chest. So don't feel forced to come into pigeon pose if it doesn't work for you. If this is comfortable, you're gonna reach back through the right leg. Inhale, sit nice and tall. Tense your fingers. Think about lifting your heart up, lifting your chin. Try to settle into the hips here. So what we're looking for is a stretch around that left hip, as well as a stretch in the right hip flexor. If you have good range of motion through your quadriceps and you want to explore a little bit more here, start to bend the right knee. Reach back with the right hand for the instep of that foot. If that's not available to you, don't worry about it, just leave the legs straight. Continuing to breathe here, lengthening the front body, looking up. Allow the breath to flow around the hips here. And start to release that right leg if you grabbed it. If you'd like to intensify the stretch, you can walk down to your forearms here. If that doesn't work for you, then just stay on a straight elbow. So pigeon is one of those poses where it's good to have a prop. So you might place a folded towel or sweatshirt right underneath the sit bone to kind of keep your pelvis in the center before walking down to your forearms. If it's available to you, you can rest your forehead on your forearms or stacked fists or hands. I want you to start to return your thoughts to the breath. Focusing in now on expanding the back lower part of your rib cage as you breathe in. And as you exhale, releasing the breath, let the ribs draw together. Good. If you came down to your forearms, you can start to slowly come up, planting both of your hands, tucking the right toes under. Go ahead and step it back, downward facing dog. And then pedal out the feet again. So notice the difference between sides here. Bringing the feet back in so they're hips distance apart. On an inhale, float your right leg high. Rotating the ankle or the knee, maybe dropping that heel towards the opposite buttock, turning the gaze to the right. Kind of doing what feels good for you. On an inhale, reach your right leg all the way up to the sky. So ball of the foot reaches high. As you exhale, sliding that foot forward or leg forward, setting up pigeon on the second side. So shimmying back that left leg. Rolled towel or shirt underneath that right sit bone if you'd like, so you're not falling off to the side. And stand straight, elbows here, lifting your gaze, allowing the front of that left hip to drop down to the mat. Continuing to breathe here. Remember that we're not moving into pain or discomfort. So you're looking to find that comfortable edge, finding some slight opening into the hips. Maybe start to bend the knee, reaching back for that left instep, lengthening the quad. Really opening up the front of the hip and the front body here. As you exhale, start to release the foot. If you'd like, explore walking down to your forearms here, kind of setting up what feels good for you. Think about inhaling and drawing that new breath into the body. As you exhale, think about letting go of tension. Good. When you feel ready, start to slowly come back up. Planting both of your hands, this time tucking the back toes under. Step it back to tabletop, actually. So as we come to tabletop today, I want you to just shift your hips from side to side here. And then we'll bring the hands over to the left corner of the mat. Take a breath in as you exhale, drop the hips back to the right heel. Nice diagonal stretch. Breathing into that right side body. Good, inhale, coming back up to center. Switch sides, hands go to the right corner. Exhale, sink towards the left hip. Relax your head and neck. Good, inhaling, come back to center, hands and knees. Exhale, draw the navel in, shrug the shoulders down away from the ears. On your next breath in, reach your left arm up. As you exhale, send it under the right, thread the needle. So cheek and shoulder blades find the mat here. Give a little press into that right hand to invite more rotation into your spine if you'd like. Option to drape that right hand across your back for that left hip crease, opening the heart to the right wall. One more breath in. As you exhale, release the right hand back to the mat. Big inhale, left arm high. And exhale, release it down. Tabletop again, shrug those shoulders away from the ears. Big inhale, right arm high this time. As you exhale, slide it under the left, thread the needle, side to, hips stay lifted. Pressing into that left hand or reaching around for the right hip crease. Heart is shining to the left wall this time. Tucking that left shoulder blade to the spine. Good, release that left hand back to the mat. Big inhale, right arm reaches high. As you exhale, release the hand down. Go ahead and step your right foot forward. Come to low lunge. We're going to have a hand on either side of that front foot. If you need a little bit of extra padding for your knee, you can just fold the long edge of your mat over. On an inhale, reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Nice, easy twist. Good. As you exhale, release it down. Inhale, reach it up. Opening your heart to the right wall. Exhale, lower it down. This time, tuck your back toes under. Come to runner's lunge. So up on the ball of your back foot, belly is in, chest is lifted. On an inhale, sweep up to high lunge. So back knee is straight. Knee over the ankle on that front leg. As you exhale, take a prayer twist to the right. So chest stays lifted. So twisting to the right, beautiful. Hooking that elbow on the outside of that knee. If you want, open those arms nice and wide. Keep pressing into that back leg. So back knee is straight. Good. As you exhale, release both hands down to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet. Nice couple slow deep breaths here. Good. This time step the left foot between the hands. Drop the back knee down. Low lunge. Second side. Hands are framing that front foot. Go ahead and inhale your left arm up to twist. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower it down. Tuck the back toes under. Inhale to runner's lunge. Back knee is straight. Belly is in. Good. Sweep the arms up. High lunge. So feeling that length through the front of that right hip. Knee over the ankle on the front leg. As you exhale, hands come to heart center. Start to twist to the left, bringing your elbow on the outside of that left knee. Option to spread those arms nice and wide. Good. One more breath in. As you exhale, plant your hands and step it back to downward facing dog. Good. Inhale to plank. So as you come to plank, if you were with me yesterday, we talked about pressing into the middle part of your back. So I want you to think about bringing the shoulder blades around the rib cage as you flatten out that space between your shoulder blades. In plank, you want your body to be parallel to your mat. Belly is in, tail tightly, slightly tucked under. On an exhale, down dog. Good. Inhale to plank. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Press into that middle part of your back. Belly is in. Perfectly acceptable to drop your knees to the mat if you need to. Otherwise, lots of breathing, lots of strength through the midsection here. On an exhale, find down dog. Good. Inhale to plank. Walk down to your forearms. Rotate over to your left arm for side arm balance. So right arm reaches high. Good. Exhale, release it back to the mat. We're going to do some rotation here. So inhale it up. Exhale, send it down. Inhale, reach. You can also do this with your bottom knee bent. One more time. Inhale, reach. Stay here and breathe. Hips are high, up to the ceiling. Exhale, come back to forearm plank in the center. Zip those legs together. Good. Release is Sphinx pose. So untuck the toes. Tops of the feet are flat. Slide the forearms ahead. Just slightly lift your chest. Lengthening the abdominal muscles here. We'll do that same thing on the second side. So starting to feel a little bit of heat in the body here. Letting your low back release. When you're ready, we're going to come back to forearm plank. So you're going to tuck your toes under. Lift your kneecaps up if that's available to you and press into that mid back. As you exhale, rotate over to your right arm. Left arm reaches to the sky. As you exhale, lower it back to the mat. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, reach. Pelvis lifts up to the sky. Breathe. Exhale, lower back down. Forearm plank in the center. Zip the legs together. Good. Releases puppy pose. So knees to the mat. Forehead to your hands or the mat, hips stay lifted. Reconnecting with your breath. Recall that intention that you set for your practice today. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and walk your hands back towards your knees, tuck your toes under, and come to Malasana or garland pose at the back edge of your mat. So we're gonna turn the toes out at about 45 degrees and sink into a deep squat here. If this is not available to you, you can come up a little bit higher. Otherwise, elbows to the inner thighs, separate the knees, lift your heart and breathe. Try to let those heels sink to the mat. Pull the belly in and tuck the tailbone under slightly. Go ahead and inhale the left arm up and over. So little side stretch here to the right. Inhale, bring that arm back up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, release it down. Go ahead and plant your hands, toe heel your feet in so they're hips distance apart. Inhale to standing cow pose. So knees are bent, heart is forward, tail is up. Exhale, tuck and round, standing cat. Inhale, standing cow. Exhale, standing cat. One more time, inhale, standing cow. Exhale, this time round all the way up, come to standing. Roll the shoulders back at the top. A few cycles and walk to the top edge of your mat. Mountain pose, your feet are fist distance apart, palms are forward, chest lifts. Go ahead and inhale the arms up, take a little back bend. As you exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, round your back. Inhale, sweep all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, reaching up. Little back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, half lift. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, sweep, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right knee back, low lunge. Walk or sweep your arms up, tuck your tailbone under, settle into that front knee. Let the shoulders fall down away from the ears. Good, exhale, twist to the left. Nice wide arms. If you want to take that hand on the outside of your knee, you can. Reach through that left hand to the back wall. Good, inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, take the hands down, step back to plank. 2 breaths. Our first vinyasa we'll take from our knees, so drop your knees to the mat. We'll lower halfway to that low push-up position. Release to your tummy. Inhale, lift your heart, baby cobra. Exhale, down dog. 2 breaths. Ground down through the hands and feet here. Look forward, right foot steps through, left knee drops down. Inhale, low lunge. Sweep up, tuck the tailbone under. Exhale, twist to the right. Wide arms. Beautiful. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, take the hands down, curl the back toes under, step forward, half lift. Top of the mat. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step the right knee back, low lunge. Sweep up. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back to plank pose, vinyasa or down dog. So you can always skip that vinyasa series. Otherwise, you're working through that low push-up, back bend, and then down dog. We'll always meet up in down dog. Looking forward, right foot steps through, left knee drops down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, twist to the right. Beautiful. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, toe heel your feet to touch. We're gonna move on to Sun Salutation B. So inhale, find chair pose, Utkatasana. Tailbone tucks under, you're sinking your hips back. Arms can be at shoulder height, you can lift them up, or they can be at heart center, whatever feels good for you. Good, reach those fingertips for the floor if it's available to you. And then bring them back to heart center or float them up. Tailbone tucks under, lots of energy in the legs here, yogis. On an exhale, find forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands, step or hop back to plank pose, vinyasa or downward facing dog, lower halfway chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward, warrior one. Pivot your back heel down, sweep your arms up. Breathe. Your back foot is at about 45 degrees. Good. Exhale, find warrior three, send the arms back. Airplane arms. So squeezing the shoulder blades together, fingertips reach to the back wall. Good. Release your hands to your mat. Float the left arm up, standing splits. If you want, you can take that right hand, grab it onto the left, or grab it onto the right calf. You're working in the direction of that left leg going up to the ceiling. Don't worry how high it gets, doesn't matter. Gracefully release the back leg down, come up slow, warrior one. Open the arms nice and wide. On an exhale, mid-back stretch. Press the palms forward. Drop your chin down. Good. Inhale, float the arms up over your head. Exhale, release. Take the hands down to the mat. Step back to plank pose. You choose that vinyasa series or just find down dog or child's pose. Inhale is back bend of your choice. Exhale, down dog. Good, let's take a couple of breaths here in down dog. I want you to just notice how you're feeling. So we'll do that same sequence of poses on side two. But just taking a little break, reconnecting with your breath. Settling the sit bones up and back. Let those heels melt to the floor. Turn the elbow creases towards each other here in down dog. Let's take a cleansing breath, inhaling through the nose. Exhale through an open mouth. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, send it forward, warrior one. Pivot the back heel down. Walk or sweep your arms up. Feeling that length through that right hip flexor. Knee over ankle on that front leg. On an exhale, shift forward, send the arms back, warrior three. In warrior three, you're working towards your trunk being parallel to the floor. Right toes point to the mat. Pinch the shoulder blades together. Good, release your hands to the floor, standing splits. Sweep that right leg high. Option to take that left hand to the calf. Doing your best to reach that right leg as high as you can. Whatever is available to you, feeling that length into the hamstrings. Slowly step that right leg down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, release the hands down and back. Open the heart, lift the chin. Good. As you exhale, release your hands. Step it back to plank pose, vinyasa, or downward facing dog. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Release to puppy or child's pose. Take a little breather here. Nice long inhales and exhales. Sending that breath back into the belly. When you're ready, find your way back to downward facing dog. And shifting the hips or pressing into the heels a little bit here. Looking forward towards your hands, I want you to walk up to forward fold at the top of your mat. Toe heel your feet out a little bit wider so they're towards the long edges of the mat. Toes slightly turned in. Bring your left hand to your right foot or ankle. Inhale your right arm up. So nice, easy twist. So left hand to the right foot, reach your right arm high. Beautiful. If you want, set it on the sacrum. Think about the right shoulder blade coming towards the spine. You might even let that left knee bend a little bit. Good, one more breath in. As you exhale, release to forward fold. Play with shifting your weight a little bit here, toes to heels. Relax the back of your neck. Good, right hand goes to the left ankle. Inhale your left arm up, twisting from forward fold. Option to take that hand, set it on the sacrum, open the left chest. Maybe bend the right knee, gaze is up towards the sidewall or the sky. Good, release is forward fold. Toe heel your feet back in so they're hips distance apart. Inhale to a flat back. Drawing the shoulder blades together. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up. Look up. Little back bend if you want. Then exhale the hands to heart center. Good, we'll do one more balance pose before we take it down to our backs. So we're gonna come into either standing half bow or dancer pose, depending on your practice. Hands come to heart center in mountain pose. Shift your weight to your left foot. Go ahead and extend your right arm forward, and then start to bend your right knee. We'll take that right hand down and back to reach for the instep of the right foot. Sweeping the left arm forward, shifting your weight slightly forward, pressing the foot into the hand. Doing your best to keep your knee in line with your hip, using a focal point here, yogis. Good, slowly come out of it. That right leg is gonna cross onto the left for eagle prep. So you're gonna sink low into the left leg. Tailbone tucks under. Good, releases forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up, little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time shift the weight to the right foot. Start to bend that left leg, reaching the left arm forward, sending it back then for the instep of the left foot. Floating the right arm forward, pressing the foot into the hands, dancer pose. Knee in line with the hip. You're kicking that foot into your hand so that leg is nice and active. Slowly come out of it. Releases eagle prep. Left leg crosses over the right, sink low. Tailbone tucks under. Good, slowly come out of it. Deep breath in, sweep your arms all the way up. As you exhale, take a side stretch to the right. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, side stretch to the left. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, release all the way down. Go ahead and take a seat in the middle part of your mat. Float your palms up. Take your time, come all the way down to your back. So engaging your belly, slowly lowering yourself all the way down. We'll send the left leg long on the mat. Draw the right knee in and then extend it up towards the ceiling, grabbing around your lower leg or your thigh. Go ahead and rotate that ankle. Maybe rotating the whole leg might feel good. Just feeling a little bit of length into that right hamstring. Good. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, draw both knees into the chest. Take the knees a little bit wider towards the shoulders. Maybe rocking gently might feel good. And then send the right leg long this time. Draw the left knee in, extend it up to the ceiling. Just slowly begin to deepen the breath. Good, release and pull both knees in. On an exhale, drop the legs to the right side. Arms can be up in a T or goalpost arms, and then turn to look to the left. If you have space, you could try straightening your knees or piking the legs if that feels good. Maybe a little gentle overpressure. Breathing and expanding that left side body. Maybe allowing the eyes to close if that's available to you. And slowly drawing the legs back into center. On an exhale, release them to the left. Turn the gaze to the right. And choose any options here that might feel good. Once again, returning that length back to both sides of the breath. When you feel ready, coming back to center, this time setting the soles of the feet on the mat, taking the arms, extending them down at your sides. We'll walk the shoulder blades underneath you. On an inhale, press up to bridge pose, maybe interlacing the hands and opening the chest further. For an additional challenge, you can inhale the left leg high. Keep pressing into that right foot. Exhale, release, both hips high. Inhale, right leg reaches. Keeping your pelvis level, release the right leg, both hips lift. And then exhale, release. Go ahead and keep your hands under the sacrum, but place your palms down. We'll come into straight legs here and take your variation of fish pose. So you're going to tuck the shoulder blades underneath you, press up to the back or the top of the head to open the throat and the chest. And we'll just stay here briefly. You're not forcing anything. If it doesn't feel good on your neck to look back, just look up. Blinking your eyes closed. Feeling that length back into the breath. And then slowly coming out of it, releasing those hands from underneath you. Go ahead and exhale the knees into the chest, grabbing either the instep or the outer edge of your feet. Press the feet into your hands for happy baby or wide leg straddle if that's in your practice. Maybe alternate straightening one knee at a time if that feels good to you. And then if there's any other poses that you might want to explore before we come into Shavasana, you can do that now. Otherwise, if you feel your practice is complete, you can start to make your way into Shavasana, extending the legs all the way out, arms down at your sides, tucking the shoulder blades underneath you. Let your palms be up. Let your feet relax and fall comfortably out to the sides of the mat. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Let it go. One more time, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Allowing your eyelids to be heavy and close. I'm going to walk you through a progressive relaxation here. I want you to imagine either each area as I call it off, or maybe even a warm light on each place. And then noticing that area and then doing your best to release any tension that you feel. So blinking the eyes closed or taking the gaze down. Let your jaw relax. Your mouth falls slightly open. Top of the head. Center of the forehead. Space between the eyebrows. Base of the throat. Heart center. Right shoulder. Right elbow. Right wrist. Right hand. Right wrist. Right elbow, right shoulder, heart center, left shoulder, left elbow, left wrist, left hand, left wrist, left elbow, left shoulder, heart center, navel center, low belly center, right hip, right knee, right ankle, right foot, right ankle, right knee, right hip, low belly center, left hip, left knee, left ankle, left foot, left ankle, left knee, left hip, low belly center, right hip, low belly center, navel center, heart center, base of the throat, space between the eyebrows, center of the forehead, crown of the head. You are relaxed.